discuss about SharePoint and I'll explain a bit about MindMajix. Actually, the MindMajix is a global online training platform and it's a kind of global leader now. MindMajix is offering plenty of courses and almost 500 IT courses we are offering to students worldwide. So it is in US, it is in India as well. And also we are supporting to other countries as well. And we have two different offices. One is in India, another one is in US. Coming to myself, Microsoft Certified Professional in Office 65. And I have around 10 plus years of experience in SharePoint on-premise and SharePoint online. That is into administration as well as development also. Coming to the SharePoint certification course. And if you want to write any SharePoint related certification or O365 related certifications or SharePoint online related certifications, and you can reach us, and the link will be provided on the slide. You can go through with that link and you can get the things, and you can reach any of our folks, and you can get the complete information regarding that, and we will give you the complete training regarding the certificates. And there is plenty of certificates over there related to SharePoint administration, related to SharePoint development, and also if you want to go with any SharePoint online or Azure related certifications also, you can reach us. We'll go with today's agenda, and we are going to discuss what is SharePoint and what we can do with the SharePoint, and what is the history of the SharePoint, and what are the key features we have in SharePoint, how it is useful in the real-time scenarios, and how it is useful to the enterprise sector, and how you can host the things in SharePoint. Like SharePoint is a collaboration platform, and if you want to host that in the World Wide Web, how you can host, and we'll discuss about that one as well. And we have two different platforms here. One is SharePoint on-premise, another one is SharePoint online. We'll discuss what are the benefits we have in SharePoint on-premise and what are the benefits we have in SharePoint online as well. And the latest version of SharePoint is SharePoint 2019. Of course, we have SharePoint online also. SharePoint online always you can use, and there is no latest versions in that, but every time Microsoft updating SharePoint online, we can utilize the new features in the existing license. And of course, we have the users concept in SharePoint, and you can create the users in SharePoint online. You can utilize, you can add the users, you can give the permissions to the users. Of course, we have the external support as well. If you have the users in any of the other sources like Active Directory, or you have any third-party user providers, still Microsoft SharePoint supports that, and you can utilize the users and groups into SharePoint. We'll discuss deeply into that. And we have a concept called permissions, and we can restrict the users, and you can give a permission to a specific user to a specific file, and you can restrict in a different levels of permission. That we'll discuss. SharePoint having a sites, and we'll discuss how you can work with the SharePoint sites. And actually, Microsoft SharePoint initially introduced as a document management system. Then how you can manage the document, how you can manage the content management system inside SharePoint. We'll discuss that one as well. And if you want to share the documents externally, if you want to share the documents internally, how you can do that, we'll discuss about that. And there is a plenty of apps available in SharePoint, not only list, not only document library, and SharePoint supports a different types of apps as well. We'll discuss about that. And also the most important, what is the advantage in your career and how you can get the job, and what are the job opportunities available in the world. We'll discuss about that, and later if you have any questions, we'll discuss deeply about that. That is our agenda today, and we'll discuss what exactly the SharePoint, why Microsoft is introduced SharePoint. Initially, Microsoft planned for the document management system, and they made it as a collaboration platform. So that's why people call it as a browser-based collaboration and document management platform. Here, using SharePoint, you can easily collaborate with your colleagues. You can easily collaborate with an external people as well if you want. So there is a lot of advantages with the SharePoint environments, and you can create the sites in a minute, and you can share that sites with the people, and you don't need to write a single line of code, and you can collaborate the things using SharePoint platform. And also people call it as a content management system. Of course, we upload a document, or we have written some content on the pages, and you want to manage that. So there is a lot of features Microsoft provided to maintain the content management system. Of course, people might heard about other content management systems like we have Joomla, we have WordPress, we have so and so. Plenty of content management systems were available in the external world, but SharePoint is a leader in that. So most of the companies using, around the 90% of Fortune 500 companies using SharePoint as their internal portal. So they can easily collaborate with co-workers or colleagues, or enterprise collaboration also easily possible this year. And if you want to maintain the documents for a particular users, other particular people. If you want to restrict with a specific passwords and you want to share a specific documents with the people, and you can do that using Microsoft SharePoint. And if you want to create a site, maybe a kind of a blog site, a kind of community sites, a kind of maybe document centers, e-discovery, project site, these kind of plenty of templates are available inside SharePoint. You can create the sites and you can organize the data simply. You don't need to worry about writing the code, or you don't need to worry about external tools. And a single tool manage everything. You can create sites, you can organize the document, you can share the document. And here we have plenty of advantages with the SharePoint. If you want to create an intranet site, you can. If you want to create an internet or extranet site, you can create. So that is great advantage here. We can call it as a different zones in SharePoint. We'll discuss that later. Now, why we use a SharePoint? Why we are not going with a different tools? And what is the main advantages with the SharePoint here? If you want to collaborate the things, always you need to choose a platform. Maybe you want to share that with an email. Maybe you want to send a document to your colleague. How you can do that? First option, everybody goes with an email. And later, the same one, if you want to share with another people, again, you have to write an email, or maybe somebody has to write an email and then send it that document that the people can able to do. He wants to update that, and then once he updated, and again, he has to send a mail to you back. So this is very difficult always sending an email. So for that, we have the SharePoint environment you can upload and you can share the document. People can easily open the document. If they want to edit, they can edit, and the later you can able to see the changes. We are eliminating sending the documents through emails. The next concept is SharePoint content management removes the need of paper. Yes. Yeah, we are uploading the documents and we are eliminating the paper usage there. Third option is alert. Somebody updated a document and you want to know who updating the document immediately. So how you can do that? And there is an alert concept. If somebody deleted a document, you want to get an alert. Somebody updated a document, you want to get an alert. Maybe somebody uploading a document into your document library, you want to get an alert. Yes, there is the possibility for that. There is alert concept in SharePoint. You can send an SMS or you can send an email. We have other concept also, that is developing views for a better content discovery. Yes, I'm working for an HR department, maybe somebody working for a technology department. I want to filter the documents and to show all the technology related documents in a specific view. Yes, we have that option in SharePoint. In a couple of minutes, you can create a views. You can filter the data, and every time when you open the list, you can see a different views for a different departments. That is possible. That is one of the out of box and the great advantage in SharePoint. Next one is flexible folder. Yes, in local drive, I can create a folder and I can create a subfolder, and that I can create a subfolder. Why we need to create a subfolder? Because of I want to split the data in a different folders. So then I can easily open the folder and I can easily open the subfolder. I can get the data, right? The same way in SharePoint also, you can create a folder and you can create a subfolder. You can create a subfolder. Of course, we have a great advantage in SharePoint. You can share the folder level also, which means you want to restrict the people to open that folder. Yes, you can. If you want to give a permission to a specific folder, yes, you can. So there is a different levels of permissions also available, and the flexibility is high level here in SharePoint. Easy to follow the version control. Yes. But suppose people are updating the documents. Maybe I'm the owner of the document. I give an edit access to the multiple people, and people were updating the document, and finally I don't want to see the new updates. I want to go back to my previous data. How you can do that? That is the version control. Every time somebody modifies the document, it creates a new version, and the old data will store in as a old version, which means it starts with a 1.0, then 2.0, 3.0, 4.0 like that. If you want to restore the previous version, yes, you can do that. Of course, you have a drop security level as, which means people can able to see the drops. People can able to store drops also in a different versions. We have the minor versions concept, and the drops versions will save like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 like that. Once they publish it, and that stores as a major version. So that is also a great advantage. And the next one, securing content and managing document lifecycle. Yes, this is also a great advantage. And I want to secure the content. I don't want to show that content to other people. I want to show to a couple of people. So we have the secure content concept, and you don't want to show the specific paragraph. You don't want to show a complete document. You don't want to show a particular items. Yes, we can secure that. And we have other advantage, storing business critical documents. Yes, here this is also a kind of security concept, and you can store a critical documents inside SharePoint, and that will not delete as well. If you want to restrict that, you can restrict that as well. And the final one is SharePoint content management control. Yes, we have the content management control also, and you can publish the pages, and the people people can able to see. And also if you want to keep that in a pending state, yes, you can keep that in a pending state until somebody approves. That will not show to the public. People who have a right access, they approve it, and then only the content will show to the external world. Until that will not show to the public. So that is also a great advantage. We'll discuss one by one, and before that we'll discuss SharePoint key features. We have total 5 key features we have, and we can manage the data, we can share the data, we can organize, we can search, and we can build. And in the managing data, and if you want to maintain the files, if you want to maintain the item security, yes, we have that in a different levels. That's something like if you want to give access to a specific list, you can give a specific subsite, you can give specific site collection, yes, you can give. And also we have a lot of enhancements available in SharePoint. You can create the folders, you can create the document sets, create the document sets, editor library, assets library. There is a different kinds of libraries were available to store the data in a different tab. That is also a great advantage in SharePoint. If you want to share that, yes, we have multiple options in the external world. If you want to share your photos, we have Facebook, and if you want to share your tags, we have something like Twitters, and also we have other collaboration platforms, social networking platforms. We have in the same way we can do that in SharePoint. You want to share a particular document, yes, you can do that. If you want to follow the document, yes, you can. If you want to follow the people, you can. If you want to follow the sites, you can do that. So there is a lot of collaboration options were available in SharePoint. For suppose there is a discussion board is available, there is a community site were available. People can discuss about the things. People can able to share the thoughts, and people can keep the ideas. Of course, we can create the blog sites also using SharePoint. There is a time. And coming back to organizing the things, if you want to upload a multiple documents at a time to SharePoint, yes, it is possible. There is a drag and drop option is also available. There is a other option also available. You can open SharePoint in a explorer mode, and you can copy from your local system to SharePoint, and you can copy the files from your SharePoint to local system. That is very easy. That opens in a file explorer. And also you can synchronize the data to OneDrive. You can synchronize the data to SkyDrive. Of course, there is an option to sync the data to Azure DB as well. Now coming to the search. Search is a great advantage in SharePoint, and here there is a lot of enhancements also available in SharePoint Search. If you want to search your data within a couple of seconds, it shows the data if you have a billions of items also. And Microsoft saying that this is the faster engine in the world. If you have a billions of items, in couple of seconds it shows each and everything. And also there is a great advantage with an rich window. If you mouse over on the link, it shows a window. It shows the content which were there inside the link, and that is not available in other technologies. And to build the search, you don't need to write any single line of code. And there is an out-of-box search engine is available, and you need to configure, and there is a crawl concept. There is a full crawl and continuous and incremental crawl concepts. And just you need to configure it, and you have to run the full crawl, and it reads complete data it makes the index. So then when you try to search in a site, it just search inside the site. If you are going to your list and there is a search box 5 items, and it shows the items from the list only, not from other lists. So there is a scopes were available in the list scope data. It shows on the list. Site scope, it shows a site. And we have the enterprise search concept. And if you create an enterprise search, the data will come from all the web applications. When you try to search the data, it shows everything from all the web applications. If you have billions of items also, you don't need to worry about the data. It shows all the data immediately. So that is also a great advantage here. And one more last concept is build. Imagine Microsoft provides out-of-box options here, but if you feel something is not available inside your SharePoint and your business requirement is completely different and that is not available inside SharePoint, of course you can develop the things using a couple of technologies, which is related to Microsoft Live. You can use C#, you can use ASP.NET, you can use all client-side scriptings like JavaScript, jQuery, and whatever it is. And also you can use HTML, you can use CSS, and also you can use Bootstrap, anything. All the .NET related concepts you can utilize here. If you want to connect SharePoint with other technologies, of course you can use web services, you can use REST API also. So that is also a great advantage in SharePoint. If you feel something is not available, you can develop. So there is a lot of other concepts which which gives a more functionality to the SharePoint. You can develop the apps, and in the latest we have the SharePoint framework concept. Of course, that is in online and that also supports to SharePoint on-premise. That is about key features. We'll discuss about the history of SharePoint. Microsoft introduced SharePoint in the year of 2001, and they started as a document management system, and then later they created another portal called SharePoint Team Services in 2002, and these team services is used for collaborating the documents, because in the 2001 they introduced the document management system. They came up with the team services. Then later they merged the team services, they merged document management system, they merged content management system, and they released another new version called Microsoft Office SharePoint Portal Server 2003, and then later they released another version in the year of 2007, Microsoft Office SharePoint Server 2007. From here, a lot of enhancements were added here in 2007. They collaborated with Office, Microsoft Office, and we have the document and record management system, plenty of advantages from 2007. And later they released another version called Microsoft SharePoint 2010. From SharePoint 2010, they came up with a sandbox solution that is like a client-side development, and you can host the things into a site collection. And later in 2013, they deprecated that, but they came up there. And from SharePoint 2010, they released a Microsoft SharePoint online service also. SharePoint online also available from SharePoint 2010. And from SharePoint 2013, they came up with a new app model, and they enhanced SharePoint with an performance point of view. Like they introduced the distributed cache, they came up with a minimal download strategy, and they came up with a new project templates, new e-discovery template. Like a lot of functionalities they were added into SharePoint 2013, and this is most famous in the market. And later they released another version, SharePoint 2016, and from 2016 also they increased the file size limit to upload, and there is a lot of advantages like durable link, couple of things they added into SharePoint 2016. And recently they released another version called SharePoint 2019. These all are on-premises, and they also came up with a SharePoint Online from SharePoint 2010. SharePoint Online also available now, and most of people nowadays moving to SharePoint Online. Around 55 to 60% of the market in SharePoint Online, and still 40% of the market still in SharePoint on-premise. Coming to on-premise environment, companies has to maintain their servers, and they have to take care about their data. And coming to SharePoint Online, we no need to worry about the data, and we no need to worry about the SharePoint servers. Microsoft will give you the license, and then you can add the users, and you can share the data, and you can create the sites, and you can add the documents, you can upload the documents, and you can maintain the site. But for on-premise, we need to take care about the complete infrastructure, and then when you maintain the disaster recovery, it is better if you don't have the disaster recovery. If some items were deleted unfortunately, or maybe some sites were deleted permanently, you cannot revert that back. So that is the disadvantages with on-premise. And online having a better functionalities, and you no need to worry about the latency, you no need to worry about the site speed. And this is SharePoint architecture. This is on-premise architecture. So if you have a multiple servers, like you have a SharePoint server, you have people, of course, if you want to maintain a big farm, multiple people using the sites, people have to maintain a multiple web front ends and application servers. Combination of servers, we can call it as a farm. You have multiple web front ends, you have a multiple app servers. Combination together, we can call it as a farm. Of course, you have a single server also, you can call it as a farm. You can install the SharePoint inside that. Maybe you have another SQL server, or you can install the same SQL in the same machine also. You can call it as a farm. Farm is nothing but a combination of servers. Once we establish a farm, we need to create the web application. Web application is nothing but an IaaS site. IaaS is as a web server. If you want to host your sites, and then you can create a web application that creates an entry in IaaS, which means it's just creating an IaaS site. Under that, we can create a site collection, and to create a site collection or to create a subsite, we have a plenty of templates Microsoft providing. We have theme sites, we have document centers, we have developer site, we have a record center, we have document center, we have communication site, and also project sites. Plenty of templates Microsoft providing. Of course, we can develop the site definitions. We can deploy into our SharePoint environment that comes into to a SharePoint development. And under site collections, we can create subsites. Site collection is a root site. Still, if it is a root site, it is also a site, and you can create the list, libraries, pages under site collection, and you can create a subsites under site collection. Under subsite also you can create subsites, and the subsites also you can create subsites. So the way you can create in a tree structure. So this is a SharePoint architecture, and this is into on-premise. If you want to work with a SharePoint online and you cannot see a form structure, then you cannot see a web application concept. You can see a site collection from there, and you can create subsites, and you can create a subsites in SharePoint online. So here we are not hosting the sites, and SharePoint online will take care about that. Just take a license and then create a site collection. Under that you can create subsites, and you can create list, libraries, and pages. And coming to the hosting concept, before discussing a hosting concept, and SharePoint gives a flexibility to host your site in a different zones. If you want to host an intranet, which is available inside the organization, yes, you can do. You want to host in an extranet, yes, you can do in a secure network. And if you want to host into a World Wide Web, and also we have a default and custom concept in on-premise, and in SharePoint online also you can restrict the sites for a specific intranet, specific organization. Also, that is also advantage in SharePoint now. And here we have the concepts called you can create the portals for an internal. Maybe you people might heard about the internal portals, and using SharePoint, creating internal portals is very easy to maintain the employee management system or a leave management system or complete organization structure you want to maintain. You can do that, and there is a lot of advantages to maintain the metadata, to maintain the tags. We have a manage metadata concept, and using that you can manage the hierarchy of the organization inside your SharePoint. And also we have a concept called document and file management, and maintaining the document management system. We have a document sets, we have a document libraries, and each and every document having a unique ID. If you want to identify, if you want to utilize the document ID in any of the scenario, you can utilize that. And also document set also a great advantage. You can store a multiple files as a single file, like a WAR file, zip file. If you modify some document inside that document set, and that keeps in the latest version for document set as well. That is also a great advantage. The collaboration we already discussed about the collaboration. You want to work together on a specific document. You want to work together on a content. Yes, you can do that using SharePoint. So for that, we have a security concept, we have a sharing concept, and we have a follow concept as well. And coming to the website, we discussed about the websites templates, communication site, is the latest modern site we have, and we have team site, we have developer site, project site, and we have templates. And coming to the business intelligence, and in the earlier versions, we have a dashboard designer, and in the latest SharePoint online version, we have Power BI support, and you can easily create a interactive dashboards, and you can present to the people. And for that also, you no need to worry about the things and the connections, and Microsoft SharePoint give a great advantage to connect with an external data and also internal data. You can create external dashboards, and you can create interactive dashboards. You can get data from the external source. And we have, of course, we have a support with an exchange provider, and we have a support with Azure AD in SharePoint Online. You can connect the Azure AD people directly with the SharePoint Online. Once you log in with the O365, you can able to see the things, how we can interact with multiple technologies. You can interact with MS Dynamics CRM, you can interact with Azure, and you can connect with another like Teams. Of course, Teams directly connects to the SharePoint. If you create any team, that also creates a SharePoint site, and if you want to upload any documents into Teams, you can upload, and the same data you can see in SharePoint as well. This is about SharePoint on-premise. For on-premise, we need to initially work with a server infrastructure. First, you need to install any Windows server, and then you can install SharePoint server on that. And also, if you are installing SharePoint, and you must need to connect with any of the SQL server. If you have a SQL server, then only you can create the SharePoint. If you don't have any SQL server, you cannot create your on-premise environment. Of course, later you want to synchronize that data into any of the cloud services. Yes, you can do that, but still you need to have your own infrastructure initially to establish the SharePoint on-premise. So here the advantage with the SharePoint on-premise, no need to worry about your data losing also here, which means if you feel you don't have a content on Microsoft, you are uploading the documents that directly uploads to the Microsoft servers. If you don't have a trust on that, so then you can work with the on-premise. Your data will store in your servers. So that is also one advantage here. And here we have security, lot of security concepts. Here we have, suppose the user, if you want to maintain the AD users, you don't want to use the external users, so then you can utilize here in on-premise. You can connect with your AD servers and you can manage your data, and you can manage your security inside your org. So that is about SharePoint on-premise. Coming to the SharePoint Online, we were discussed about that. SharePoint Online, you just need to create your accounts, have to take a license, have to pay for that license, either maybe E3, E5. The Microsoft providing a different licensing concepts depends upon your requirement, and you can go with that. And coming to SharePoint Online, when you try to open the site, you won't see any latency issues. You can directly open the sites, get using SharePoint Online, and that opens properly. And also, is there any latest apps or released by Microsoft, and they'll give you access to that, and you can utilize that. If you have any legacy technologies which is used SharePoint Online, you can go with an latest technologies for migrating the things and to maintain the data. Microsoft will assist you regarding that. If you have any issues, and they'll assist and they'll help you to maintain the data. So that is a great advantage within a cloud servers. So coming to the users, explained about the users earlier regarding authentication providers. If you have any Active Directory, if you have any form-based authentication, if you are working with a SharePoint Online and you want to get your SharePoint existing users or on-premise users, and you can get that into Azure AD also. If you have an Active Directory, you want to sync your Active Directory users into SharePoint Online, yes, you can do that. And also, if you want to create the groups in SharePoint, yes, you can create the groups. Always, if you want to share a specific list or a library to a single user is very difficult. You have maybe hundreds of thousands of lists and libraries, and you want to give a permission to a single user. It's very difficult to open thousands of lists and libraries to give access. So for that, we have the group concept. In the site level, if you create groups initially for different kinds of access levels, we have a different kinds of access level to list us. And once you provide that access to the group, and the group is added to the hundreds or thousands of lists, and then if you add a user to that particular group, the user will get access to all the lists and libraries. In a minute, you can add that users into thousands of lists and libraries. So that is a great advantage with the SharePoint groups. To create that, and we have the options inside the SharePoint, in SharePoint Online also, we have a SharePoint on-premise also. We have a concept to create the SharePoint groups. And we have a default permissions levels also available, that is full control. And once a user have a full control, they can able to do anything on the site. And coming to the design, and using design permission, people can able to create and update the things, and they can update the pages, and they can update the customized CSS files also. And edit concept, people can able to update the list libraries, and also they can able to add the data and update the data inside list libraries and pages. And coming to the contribute permission level, this permission level can able to handle inside the list and libraries only, not above that, which means edit permission can able to handle the list libraries, and contribute permission can able to handle the items and documents. So the read permission, people can able to read the documents, and view permission they can able to view. But the difference is read permission can able to download the files, and they can able to see all the versions also. And when you are creating a SharePoint groups, or when you are creating subset, three different types of groups automatically creates. That is owners group, members group, and visitors. If you are inheriting permission from your parent site, that will inherit permission from the site collection or the parent site. But you are going to create a unique permission that creates three different groups, that is owners group, members group, and visitors group. That's very common. And later you can create your own groups also, depends upon your requirement. User can able to manage the permissions in list level. They can able to manage permissions in site level, and also have unique permissions. Then people can able to handle the items, folders, and subfolders, and also documents. Here, each and every level, when you create a subsite, and it asks for creating a unique permission. But when you create a list, it won't ask anything. When you are creating a list, it directly inherits permission from its parent site. Of course, I don't like to do that. Later, you can break the inheritance. When you create an item inside a list, alright, when you upload a document inside a document library, it will not ask for the permissions when you are creating. Later, you can take the inheritance. It just inherits permission from its parents, either from a list, either from a document library. So that is about user permission. You can manage the permissions in any level, from the scratch, from an item level, from a folder level, from a list level, from a subsite level, and a site collection level. You can manage the permission. And working with the different sites, we discussed earlier about different sites. We have team site for the collaboration. We have developer site for the development. We have a communication site. Communication is the latest modern site. If you want to broadcast anything, you can go with the communication site. If you want to create a project related site, you can create a project template site. If you want to maintain the document management system, you can go with the document center. If you want to maintain the records, there is a record center concept. You want to create a blocks, there is a block concept. Plenty of templates are available. You can just select it and create. And coming to the collaboration, now we have a modern team site. Of course, we have existing team site also in SharePoint 2013, 2016. Team site is only for the collaboration. You want to share your documents, you want to follow the people, and you want to follow the documents, you can go with the team site. And we have the blog site. We discussed blog site is useful to host your plans or share your thoughts to the people. And people can comment on it, people can like it, and people can dislike it also. And coming to the project side, we discussed just before. Project side is to maintain a project and to submit the modules and to know how much percentage of work was completed and how much left, and what is the start date and what is the end date. And is there any delay in the deliverables, you can get it from the project side. And all of these sites also useful to send an emails using workflows and also direct options we have, and out-of-box workflows also you can create, and out-of-box alerts also you can create. Community site is a place where we can discuss a common topic always. Maybe it may be related to technology, it may be related to the country, it may be related to a specific area, it may be related to the state. We can create a community sites and we can create a forums and we can start discussing on the common issues. And here we have an enterprise site in place for SharePoint Online. We have a document center to manage the documents. We have record center to manage the records, and BI, I explained about a BI. We have business intelligence concept, and you can utilize the Power BI in SharePoint Online. You can utilize the dashboard design. We have Excel support, we have ECS support, we have Power BI. All type of presentations, business intelligence presentations you can do. You can create a dashboard, and the data may be related to any Excel sheet from the Excel sheet or from SharePoint. We have a search center. We have a basic search center. We have enterprise search center, and enterprise search center can able to get data from all the web applications or all the site collections. Basic, and you can restrict that for a particular site or a particular area. And we have the publishing templates also. You can create a publishing sites and people can able to add the data and they can publish the pages. And also we have a wiki type of sites. You can create a site, you can create a wiki type of site. People can write their articles on that. And also we have a workflow for that. When the people publish the articles, other people, maybe managers, directors, can review that, and once they approve, then only it will go to the public view. So that is a great advantage with the publishing site. For workflows also, you no need to worry, and we have a multi-levels of workflows for there, and there is an other third-party tool support, and also Power Automate available in SharePoint Online, and Index is available, K2 is available, SharePoint Designer is available to create the workflows. And we have a different kinds of list. We have announcements list, task list, we have contacts list, and we have a custom list, we have link list. Plenty of list apps is available. You can just select the app and then give a name, and that gives all the functionalities inside that. You no need to create any functionality for that, for announcement of maybe task or maybe any kinds of links as well. So that is also advantage with a SharePoint list apps. And document libraries, we were discussed about document libraries. If you want to upload the documents, or if you want to create the folders under it, you want to create a document sets, document IDs, you can create a document libraries in a minute, and all the functionalities which is already resides, and if you want to add functionality, you need to go to the settings and then select the functionality. If it is visible, you can enable, and maybe if you don't want some kind of functionalities, you can disable that as well. And these are the app we have, and when you go to the add an app concept, and you can see plenty of apps that are available. Of course, these all apps are available in SharePoint 2019, 2016, SharePoint Online also. And coming to the job opportunities, and there is a different type of job profiles were available in the market. The first is SharePoint administrator, and if you know well about the server infrastructure, if you have a good knowledge on managing the service applications, if you have a good knowledge on managing the apps and also managing IaaS, Active Directory, then you can go with the SharePoint administrator. Once you know all out-of-box options now and how you can manage the things, you can go with the administrator. And if you have a coding skills and you have a knowledge on C#, ASP.NET, JavaScript, jQuery, and you can develop the things in SharePoint, you can host that. And we have a concepts like SharePoint apps, SharePoint framework, and also other concepts like timer jobs, event receivers, and we have application pages, master pages also in SharePoint. So if you know all about this, and you can go as a SharePoint developer. And we have other role, SharePoint architect, and SharePoint architects will plan and deploy the SharePoint services, and they can prepare complete architecture design in SharePoint once they know well about admin and develop concept. And coming to SharePoint engineer, and the person who knows and who can able to manage the SharePoint environments, and they can go with SharePoint engineer. And another concept is SharePoint analyst, and this role can optimize SharePoint for cost and performance. And SharePoint consultant. SharePoint consultant must know about admin and development concept, and then they can able to plan, support, and implement things, and they can go with the SharePoint consultant. And certification course we already discussed. If you want to do any certification on SharePoint, then please reach us on that particular link, or you can call to the numbers which is available on that presentation. If people have any questions, please let me know. Two queries. One is, can we integrate Tableau with SharePoint? Yes, we can integrate Tableau with SharePoint, but the integration is something like that. The data which you created in a Tableau, that you can show in as a web part in SharePoint. We can write a web service for that to get the data from the Tableau designer you did there, and then that automatically reflects the charts here in the web part. So integration is only possible with a web service. You can, because the Tableau is in a third-party tool, not related to the SharePoint. You cannot directly interact, but you can write on a web service to interact with the Tableau, and you can get the data at that particular dashboard here in SharePoint, in the SharePoint. And the second one is fixed template. Yes, in a document library, we can create a template. We have an out-of-box concept. You can create in a Word, or you can create in a PPT. You can design the template. That template hosts as a content type into your SharePoint document library. Particular content type, when you hit a create document, that opens up in a new window, either in a client application or in a browser if you have Office Online Server. That opens on the browser if you have SharePoint Online Server, or if you have local installed application, maybe PPT or maybe Word, and that opens in a client application. That shows an options to add, and you can add there, and you can save that file. Yes, we have an option to work with a fixed templates, but for that we need to create a content type for that.
But we have various document available which is already done that we want to upload. So that will not go in the template.
No,
we have got documents ready with us.
That will not.
Yeah, so that and once we say this is a fixed template, if they upload something else, it will not take care of.
For that we can do one thing. We can write an event receiver to restrict an external document into upload into a document library. Only if you want to use a particular template, and you can restrict that using code. And there is
template that they have to do on SharePoint only, or they can write in their desktop application, Windows and Windows Word or something, and they can put.
Okay. So that is a different concept. No, that's different concept. Like you created something in your local machine, you are trying to upload to a document library, and
yes,
even SharePoint doesn't know it is related to that particular template, right? So it is accepting uploading a document, and it's not reading the data. To read the data,
you can't restrict.
No, you can't. To restrict, and if you want to create from the particular content type, yes, it is possible. That is one concept. If you are accepting a document content type, you are trying to create a document inside a document library. We have a particular template which is already created in a document library. Now when you hit a new document, it opens up with that particular template, and you can add the data and you can save it. Now system will take, because that is the same template. And if you have a template which is ready in your machine, and then you are trying to upload, it has to take because it contains the same template. If it is not as per the template, it will not accept. For that, we need to write a code to accept a specific template. Imagine the document library will take any kind of document, because it's a place for a repository to upload a document. If you want to go with any kind of templates, if you hit a new document option there, it redirects us to that particular template to add the data. But when you are you have an upload option, right? You have a new document option, you have an upload option. Two are different. When you hit an upload document, it takes as a document. It is not taking from the template. If you want to restrict your document library to take only the content type, specific content type, we need to write a specific code only to accept that particular template. There is no out-of-box concept to restrict the uploading file which contains the same template.
No, then we can restrict upload. We can restrict upload and we will say that you do only here, right?
Yes, correct. You can stop.
While
you can
writing upload. So while writing there, they can copy paste from the actual whatsoever they want data in the template part, right?
Yes,
that
correct.
can be one way out.
Yes, correct. So that is possible.
Thank you.
Okay, I think everybody is good, right?